Hey there, viewers! I know things are a little different this summer. Nevertheless, it's still going to be pretty hot out. You need to be prepared. Heat-related illnesses or hypothermia is common this time of year. Symptoms include cramps, fatigue, headaches, vomiting, dizziness, and fainting. But have no fear, there are several things you can do to prevent this. Some you didn't expect. Let's talk about 8 surprising ways you can survive a heat wave. How bad is protein? What floor of my house do I need to be on? Do I actually need to avoid alcohol? Wait, I need to turn off my computer too? We're talking all this and more. Number 1, shut off your computer. I know this one seems impossible, right? Well, to survive a heat wave without air conditioning, you need to make sacrifices. This includes shutting off sources of unnecessary heat, and computers generate quite a lot of that. You see, your computer requires electricity to function. Duh, just hear me out. As the electricity passes through the wires and circuits, it creates resistance. Picture 2 hands rubbing together. This type of resistance will create heat, so much that the longer you let it run, the more you'll feel the heat radiate. But it's not just the computer that you need to be mindful of, it's electronics in general. Anything that gives off electricity can potentially make things a little hotter. Think about home cooking appliances like your stove, oven, toaster, and microwave. Your house is just one big furnace waiting to heat up. I realize this is quite a demand, but we're talking about survival here, folks. This means you're going to need to eat fresh foods that don't require as much cooking. I'm talking about raw fruits, veggies, and cold meats in your diet. Although you're going to need to practice portion control. This brings us to number 2. Am I making sense so far? How long have you ever gone without electricity? Sound off in the comment section and start a conversation with our Bestie community. Number 2, watch your protein. That's right, you need to be careful of how much you're eating during a heat wave. This means less eggs, broccoli, oats, and almonds. I'm sure you were eating a ton of that to begin with. You're a good person. You've got it together. At least that's what you tell yourself in the mirror every morning. The truth is, protein increases the amount of metabolic heat in your body. This will naturally warm you up. In scientific terms, this process is called thermogenesis. Your insides will break down this food, producing a type of protein called brown fat. This fat reacts and produces heat. Things like root veggies also produce heat. I'm talking about potatoes, carrots, and kale. You know, all your favorite summer barbecue foods. I know it sounds like I'm being unreasonable. I'll say this to you right now. You don't need to stop eating these foods entirely. Just eat them a little less. If you think that's tough, just wait till we get to the drinks you shouldn't have. Actually, let's talk about that right now. Number 3, cut the beer. During a heat wave, you'll feel tempted to crack open a cold one. This isn't what you're going to want to hear, but alcohol does more harm than it does good in this situation. Alcohol serves as a diuretic. It removes fluids from your blood, draining places like your kidneys, urethra, and bladder. If you're going to drink nothing but beer, not having any water, you will become dehydrated. This can be made even worse if you've been drinking on an empty stomach. Something to consider if you're watching your protein intake and eating less bulky foods. Drinking on an empty stomach will absorb alcohol into your system within a few minutes. For every drink you down, you're likely to urinate 100 milliliters more than you consumed. If you've been going steady on alcohol while the sun beams down over you, dehydration might be right around the corner. Some symptoms include fatigue, dizziness, headache, and dry mouth. If this happens to be during a massive heat wave, you're likely to pass out. The best thing to do is to cut back and drink more water. Number 4, homemade air conditioner. I bet you weren't expecting this. Have you ever made your own air conditioning? For those of you who live in older apartments, you may have already tried this. For one, try and get your hands on a fan. A box fan is best. Box fans are simple tools for cooling your home on a brutally hot day. Once that's done, grab some ice and fill it into an open container. It'd be best if you had a cooler handy. Point the fan towards the ice container. It'll blow air over the ice. Over time, this will produce a cooling sensation, one that may save you from heat exhaustion and allow you to function throughout the day. While there are several air conditioning tricks you can do, this one is my personal favorite. Not only does it cool you down, it also keeps you productive. I mean, you just built an air conditioner. I bet your ex regrets leaving you now. Number 5, go downstairs. Simple science lesson. Hot air rises and cold air sinks. In the case of a heat wave, your upstairs area is going to be hotter than below. If you live in a house with 2 floors, spend as much time as you can on the lower level. Hey, if you have a basement, even better. Trust me, that place is like an igloo compared to what's happening up above. A warm summer day will have the upstairs floor of your house feeling like an absolute sauna. Spending time up there without the proper AC will drive you nuts. Unless there's shade protecting your roof from the sun, the top of your house will absorb a ton of heat from the fiery ball in the sky. You think you've got it rough, just imagine the insanity roofers go through during all of this. In addition, your ducts also play a role here. Bad ducts don't let air circulate properly throughout the upstairs level. This leaves your bedroom in a sweltering heat. So the downstairs level is the best refuge in a heat wave. If you have a comfy couch or a fold-out bed to sleep on, use that at night. But before we continue, are you concerned about the overall state of your health? Maybe switch your diet around. Check out our list of 7 everyday foods that can cause painful migraines. Now, back to your list of heat wave tips. Number 6. Water. No, I'm not talking about drinking it. I mean, you're encouraged to, but that should be pretty straightforward. During a heat wave, water has other great uses. For example, you can fill up buckets of cold water and soak your feet in them. The water should be around 50 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit. If you don't have a bucket, do it in the bathtub. This can give your body a cool sensation. Keep your feet in there for no longer than 15 minutes, otherwise you risk getting muscle stiffness and skin damage. You can even wrap a cold towel around your head to cool your upper body. If you don't have the luxury of using cold water, try a bag of frozen peas. Number 7. The Egyptian method. This is a neat little trick done in old Egypt. But I'm warning you right now, it's different from what you're used to, unless you've slept with a wet blanket in the past. Take 2 towels, lightly dampen the first one in cold water. You're going to use this one as a blanket. As for the second one, keep it dry and place it on the mattress so it doesn't get wet. You're going to sleep directly on top of this towel with a damp one over you. The idea is to keep your body cool in times of extreme heat. This method acts as a low-energy alternative to AC. I know it's kinda off-putting, but if you're willing to get creative, this is a pretty good way to keep you cool during a heat wave. Number 8. Visit places with air conditioning. If you can visit buildings that have proper air circulation, take advantage of that as much as possible. Make sure that you're wearing proper protective clothing. The pandemic isn't over after all. These places can include stores and shopping malls. While you can't dine in yet, lining up to order at a fast food restaurant can also feel great. Just the feeling of the AC hitting your skin is another level of happiness. If they're within walking distance, try going there on foot. This way you'll get some exercise and sun all at once. Granted, you'll be hydrated while doing this. Is it hot where you live? Would you consider any of these tips? Let us know in the comments below. We would love to hear from you. Enjoyed this video? Hit like, share, and subscribe to Bestie. Wait! What kind of Bestie would we be if we didn't tell you about our other awesome videos? Go ahead, choose the left or right video and enjoy.